Midfight Masses is a mod with a well-known reputation. If you recognize this name, then you should know what I'm referring to. Being one of the oldest mods made for FNF, it has a simple premise centered around the nun Sarvent and the criminal Ruv. For the little that it offers, it stands out with what it does. So I will be breaking down the mod's main aspects and seeing how well made they are. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. The art has a unique charm to it. Sarvent's appearance is a different art style from FNF, yet it still meshes with the base characters. Her expressions are lively in both her face and her body language. As she gets irritated by boyfriend, her attitude shifts, which eventually causes her poses to change as her patience dwindles. Ruv has a Russian attire, and his lack of emotion is displayed by his lesser expressions and smaller movements. After Ruv fails, Sarvent finally loses her patience and reveals the demon within. Although she is upset with boyfriend's persistence, she seems to find enjoyment in wanting to bring boyfriend's demise. These expressions are also conveyed through the colors. Sarvent's pink color scheme progressively gets darker with each song, and the gray, violet, and blue used for Ruv play to his cold, calm demeanor. Then there is Celiver, an obnoxious demon with a foul mouth. His art takes bits and pieces from Sarvent and Ruv. The stages create a great atmosphere, fitting to their respective songs. Each of them also have moments where they create after images to support their given song. The only problem is that the sprites are not positioned properly, so the characters move beyond where they should. Overall, the art has a great appeal. This fantasy-esque soundtrack plays well to the story. Perish is a welcoming song that is calm and uplifting, and Sarvent's soothing sound of a voice fits well with this. Boyfriend has a unique voice that is specific to the composer that made the whole soundtrack, and it plays well to every song. Worship is similar to Perish, but the tone now has some tension through added brass. Zavadilla is a tense song that expresses a confrontation. Ruv's voice is a much heavier sound compared to Sarvent. Gospel ups the tension of Zavadilla and adds a dark tone while returning to the piano. Sarvent's voice remains the same, which plays to her expressions. Casanova is more playful with its dark tone and use of techno, fitting for a demon that is playing around. Celiver's voice is a slightly lighter version of Ruv's voice, easing off the harshness of the sound. Lastly, there is a remix version of the tutorial song that overall makes it much more lively. The soundtrack has an excellent composition.
3, 2, 1, go!
You know, I do not think there is anything wrong with the charting, so let's just move on. Okay, let me properly explain this. Midfight Masses has a reputation for its terrible charting. It is out of sync, filled with errors, and does not have the greatest flow. The charter genuinely tried to make a good chart, which is why the mod got such a reputation. If the awful charting was intentional, the reputation would not have been as bad. Let me show you another unedited verse. Now, here is the same verse after making it accurate. It really is that bad. Versus Bob even made fun of this, and there are other things that make the gameplay worse. There is a higher difficulty that has even worse charting than the standard hard difficulty, but the bigger problem is a strange bug unique to this mod's engine. Anytime you hit a note while pressing multiple keys, there is a random chance that it will treat an input as 2 inputs. Yes, I said random. This causes you to hit a note before you would want to hit it. You can even hit a note on the opponent's side through this. Another oddity is that when you press a key when a note cannot be hit, while your score and health go down, the miss counter does not go up. This gameplay is an utter mess. The writing for this mod has a lot of detail. Sarvent tries to induct boyfriend and girlfriend into the church. and she sees Boyfriend's defiance as being an insult to the church. Sarvent and Ruv are acquainted with one another, so Ruv acts on behalf of her and his job to dispose of the two, but to no avail. Sarvent then makes her last stand by unleashing her demon powers. This does follow the pattern of week 6, but it does so in a unique way that makes it feel different. Then we have Celiver, who created a parallel universe for her sister to feel the warmth of their parents. He is an asshole to the two for being here when they shouldn't, and he even calls out the player's user folder. Each character has a unique way of speaking, giving them individuality. There is a lot of plot that the mod does not get into, but for what is shown, the writing creates an immersive narrative. That is all that I have to discuss. Here's a recap of my scores for the mod. Midfight Masses is a wonderful mod of its time that could have become something bigger had people not bullied its creator out of the community for the horrendous gameplay the mod had. For me, I enjoy the mod, and when I look back at the gameplay, it is annoying, but it is also an ancient relic. Feel free to share your thoughts on the mod in the comments below. Until next time.